The rain pattered against the windows, a soft, rhythmic sound that brought a sense of calm to the bustling city outside. The cafe was warm, cozy, with the soft aroma of coffee filling the air. Inside, people sat, lost in their thoughts, some reading, others writing, while a few chatted softly in the corners. In the far corner of the cafe, there was a woman, her dark hair pulled back in a simple ponytail. She sat with a cup of steaming coffee in front of her fingers lightly tracing the rim. Her name was Claire, a young woman with a heart full of dreams and a mind full of questions. It had been months since she last saw him, months since Jack had walked out of her life without a word, leaving behind only the empty silence of their once beautiful love story. Claire still couldn't understand why. They had been so happy, so in sync, that it had felt as if nothing could tear them apart. And then, without warning, he was gone. She sat there, staring out the window, watching as the leaves outside swirled in the wind, the golden hues of fall painting the streets. There was something poetic about the way the autumn leaves danced in the breeze, and for a brief moment, Claire allowed herself to be lost in the beauty of it all. Then, she saw it. A letter. The letter was folded neatly on the table in front of her, its edges slightly crinkled, as if it had been carried around for a while. Claire didn't know where it had come from, but there it was, as if it had appeared just for her. Hesitantly, she picked it up, her fingers brushing the paper. The handwriting was familiar. She knew it instantly. It was Jack's. Her heart skipped a beat. She had thought she was over him, that she had moved on from the pain, but seeing his handwriting brought everything flooding back. The memories, the laughter, the love they had shared. It all came rushing in. She stared at the letter for a moment, unsure of what to do. It had been so long. She had spent countless nights thinking about him, wondering where he had gone, why he had left her without a word. And now, here was this letter, as if it was the answer she had been waiting for. Without thinking, she unfolded it, her hands trembling slightly. As she began to read, the words seemed to jump off the page, each sentence like a whisper from the past. My dearest Claire, I know you are wondering why I left. I know you must be hurt, angry, and confused. But there's something I need to tell you, something I never had the courage to say before. I never wanted to hurt you. I never wanted to leave. But I had to, Claire. You see, I was afraid of what we had, afraid of the way I felt. You made me feel something I had never felt before, something so deep, so powerful, that I didn't know how to handle it. I thought I was doing the right thing by walking away. I thought it was better for both of us. But I was wrong. I've spent these months thinking about you, about us, and I realize now that I was a fool to leave. I realize now that the love we shared was something rare, something worth fighting for. I don't know what the future holds, Claire, but I hope you'll give me the chance to make things right. I hope you'll let me show you that I'm still the man you once loved, the man who will never stop fighting for you. Yours always, Jack. Tears welled up in Claire's eyes as she finished reading the letter. The words were like a balm to the wounds she had carried for so long, but they also left her with more questions. Why hadn't Jack told her this sooner? Why had he left without an explanation? Suddenly, she felt a tap on her shoulder, and she turned around, startled. Standing there was a man, a familiar face, Jack. His eyes were filled with regret and longing, and for a moment it felt as if time had stopped. Claire, he whispered, his voice thick with emotion. I never wanted to hurt you. I've spent every day thinking about you, wondering if you'd ever forgive me. She opened her mouth to speak, but found that words failed her. The pain, the anger, the confusion, it all seemed to disappear in that moment, replaced by something deeper, something she hadn't expected to feel. Hope. Jack took a step closer, his gaze never leaving hers. I'm sorry, he said, his voice full of sincerity. I know I don't deserve your forgiveness, but I need you to know that I love you. I never stopped loving you. Claire's heart was racing. She wanted to believe him, wanted to forgive him, but the scars of the past were still fresh. She had been hurt, and it would take time to heal. I don't know if I can trust you again, Jack, she said softly, her voice barely a whisper. But maybe we can start over. Maybe we can try again. Jack's face lit up with a mixture of relief and joy. He reached for her hand, his fingers trembling slightly as he held it in his own. I'll do whatever it takes, Claire. I'll spend the rest of my life proving to you that I'm worthy of your love. And so, as the rain continued to fall outside, they sat together in that cozy little cafe, two souls once lost, now finding their way back to each other. The letter she had never read had finally found its way to her, bringing with it the promise of new beginnings and the hope of a love that could withstand any storm.